Today, we are learning about measures of central tendency. So, how can we summarize a large set of data using just one number? Whenever we have a big data set, we often want one single value that represents it the best. That is where the measures of central tendency come in. That is mean, median, and mode. These averages help us find the typical or central value of any dataset. In simple words, they help us understand the center or the middle value of the data. Now let's understand when to use mean, median, and mode. When should we use mean? We use mean when the data is evenly distributed and not skewed. Also, mean uses every observation and gives equal weightage to all the values. When should we use median? We use the median when the data has extreme values or is skewed. Median does not use every observation, it only focuses on the middle values. When should we use mode? Mode is the best when data has extreme values or is skewed, or when we want the most frequent value. Mode does not use every value, it simply tells us what appears the most often. Let's start with the mean. Mean is sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. It is simple to understand and easy to calculate. It uses all the data points. But there are some disadvantages too. The mean is affected by extreme values. For example, if the marks of the 5 students are 40, 45, 50, 42, 95, the average becomes 54.4. One high value, 95, pushes the mean up and makes it look like whole class performed better than it actually did. So mean is not always the best choice. So let's see what the median is. If we arrange the data in ascending or descending order, median is the middle observation when n is odd, or the average of two middle values when n is even. Median splits the data into two equal parts. It is not affected by the extreme values and it does not depend on every single observation. Here is a small example. Imagine there are 5 people in the room, aged 4, 6, 10, 25 and 40. Which TV channel should you put on? Median is 10, which represents a typical person in a group, better than the mean. So, you should choose a family or kids channel. Finally, let's look at the mode. Mode is the value that occurs most frequently in the dataset. For example, in the values 154, 555, 7352, mode is 5. Mode is not affected by extreme values. A distribution with only one mode is called unimodal. If a distribution has two modes, it is bimodal. If all the values occur the same number of times, the mode does not exist. And if the dataset has more than two modes, it is called multimodal distribution. For example, in the values 555, 222, 333, 478, we have three modes, that is 5, 2 and 3. Thanks for watching.